All I was going to do is take the tenon off and finish the
Right.
bottom up a bit. So.
Yep.
How's it going out there? We've got Robbo and Neil for a short time until they go off and have their lunch,
Disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Start calling you the Ronnies.
Well, man's got to eat.
Well, I did
Start
absolutely.
I might start calling you the Ronnies. How about that? Is that all right?
When I came back on Sunday, because I'd packed up at Q-turn and then I unpacked, so everything got unpacked on the Sunday. And yesterday, that was it. I just collapsed. I was stuffed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worked you too hard, eh?
Hell yeah. So working hard, that's for sure. But
Need to ask for a pay increase, I think.
would be nice. But I ordered a new pair of Ugg boots, little ones, yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Once I take socks
just for your
off,
big toe.
I have to admit that in the last few weeks I've been working in Ugg boots, mainly because I can't be buggered trying to pull my boots on.
I've got this, as you know, I've got cord loops on the back of my boots.
Yeah.
Now I've got a bit of timber with a hook on the end.
Yeah, I've had to do the same on the odd occasion.
It's getting harder and harder.
And I think what's happening is that they're moving the ground. I'm not getting any taller.
It's a pain in the ass. It's getting old shit.
Yeah, tell me about it. Geez, you got a few years to catch up to me yet.
Yeah, but you got to catch up on injuries to me.
Well, that's true too. Oh, I don't know. I've had a few over the years. Hey?
How's your shoulder going?
I've got torn tendons in it, and the doctor has just, he virtually said to me, he said, well, it can be operated on to fix it. He said, but on a scale of 10, what's the pain like? And I said, well, I can put up with it. He said, well, in that case, we won't operate. He said, I can give you a cortisone injection if it gets too bad. So he said, just try not to do any heavy lifting or anything with it. That's all.
Does he know who he's talking to?
No, the funny part about it is that I generally don't do it. I've got a forklift, and I've got the chain blocks and everything. So, but sometimes it's still easier to lift a veranda post and move it than go and get the forklift to do it.
The worst thing to do is lifting at a distance with arm reach. That's what you don't want to do.
Well, that's right.
That's what stuffed mine is when I had that, if you like, mezzanine level within my trailer, and I was lifting it at the back of the trailer, sort of thing, and bad.
And maybe not staying up to do a live would maybe be a good idea too.
Oh no, that's all right.
Really? Well, it wasn't, but.
Well, no. What shits me is they still couldn't find anything wrong. I had bad chest pains on Monday morning.
Yeah?
While he was doing a live for the Detroit club.
Yeah. I knew he was doing it. I haven't seen anything on YouTube come up though yet.
No, it'll be a couple of days.
Fair enough.
It would be nice if they could do a later one on their end, so it could be a bit more of a reasonable time for us, especially when Robbo has to do a demo like that. Like, it was study 3:30 in the morning here. That's ridiculous. Right in the middle of winter.
The same with Cindy Drozda's bloody demos. I really want to watch them, but they're 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I've watched one, two, I think. Yeah,
And
it's
then I
Go.
also want to watch bloody Theo's demo on the emerging bowl, but which was at a reasonable time, but unfortunately it was the day I was bloody travelling up to Q-Turn.
Where's he from?
Brisbane.
Okay.
Theo Alphabet.
Yeah, Theo Rampaloo.
Don't know him.
Yeah.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, he did a really good emerging box demo, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
The demo was really good, apparently. That's the feedback I got. I thought, oh, bugger, I've missed another one.
Watch the language.
How you going, Chris?
Oh, good day, Chris.
Seems the people in the chat aren't paying attention.
No,
No?
he's only just got there.
Yeah, I know. I was giving you shit.
I pay attention to the chat. And I know that Neil can't see it, so...
Yeah, I can't see it, so I can't comment.
So I oiled this one yesterday.
Oh, that's looking better. That's got some nice shape to it, Jay.
Yeah, not bad.
The stem's not 2 feet thick.
Shh, don't tell everyone.
Well, it's good. It's good to see you improving.
Well, that's from a while ago. That one, I just it was a bit dry. I thought I'd give it an oiling.
Well, I'm still trying to get him to do stuff like this, you know?
Yeah, I'll try. Yeah.
Yep. I got the thin down pat. It's just the other bits in between.
Yeah, I'm going to pick on you, Jay. It's because you won't practice spindle turning.
No, I do. When I've practiced spindle turning, I've done good at it. But you just like giving me shit about it. So I'll just let you go. This was meant to have a lid, but the lid exploded on me. So, and that white thing down there is the piff.
Yeah. You can always still put a lid on
Yeah.
it. Doesn't matter if it's a different timber.
I'd be like that.
Even
In fact,
different piece.
In fact, sometimes it looks better with a variance in it.
Like that.
Yeah, something like that.
This is so thin, this thing. It's like I dropped it on the floor the other day, and it didn't crack or anything, but you could just hear the thinness in it. Like,
Probably bounced, did it?
Slightly, yeah.
Yeah.
You're lucky it didn't break.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So what would you price this one at?
What is it?
It's 400-year-old timber of some sort.
It come off a bridge. I got it from Darren when I was in Victoria. Darren, the one that runs the International Woodworking International project.
Yeah. What's the diameter and the height of it?
It's about that high. There you go. That's how high it is. $55 high, but I've got to take the tenon off. So.
Yeah, well, it'll take 10 mil off, so about 50 mil, 50, 55.
And I've concaved the bottom part here anyway. Yeah. So it's...
A general rule of thumb is multiply the diameter by the height and then plus 30% or 40%.
So 165 wide.
It's better to work actually in inches. It's much easier in doing that. So it's 6 inches in diameter, 7 inches in diameter, roughly.
6.5 inches, dead on the money.
Right. So multiply that by 2.
Yeah.
Because that's the height. So that gives you 12, and then a quarter of that. So that's 3. G'day, Dr. Bob.
And what's that
15
multiplication give you, Robbo?
Sorry?
What does that multiplication give you?
Well, that gives you how long it should take to turn it.
Oh, time-wise, right, okay.
Right? Like a 6 by 3 inch bowl should take you 18 minutes to turn.
If you were working on a hourly schedule.
Yeah. And then you virtually, so say it takes 20 minutes to turn and you're on $100 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a third of an hour, so that's $35 close enough. And then you add 30% or 40% onto that.
That's what I put on it.
What have you got on it? I can't.
Still can't see.
Yeah, $25. I'd put $30 on it.
Yeah.
And another thing, Jay, never put the stickers on the side like that.
All right. It's only a light sticking one.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It still reacts. On some finishes, it still reacts.
Yeah.
Yep.
I always put them on the bottom.
Yep. Right.
Or actually, what I normally do is I have about a business size card folded in half and put the price on that.
Oh yeah.
So correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just looking at it in the picture. It's got a rounded surface on the inside, but a square outside. Is that correct?
I don't know. I didn't sort of look at it too
What's
much.
that?
Yeah, yeah. It would have been much better if it had been pulled down in the bottom.
Yeah. I was going to say, while you're buddy removing the foot, reshape the bottom.
Why?
Because it's square, whereas the inside's round. Just looks funny. That makes sense. Well, yeah.
No, I didn't actually ask. I just said I was going to take the tenon off.
You did say what you think. I'm just saying what I think.
The ring.
Yeah. Good day, Bob. What are we dining on this morning?
Chocolate ice cream.
Oh, you mug.
We had a birthday, and I had to run from the birthday, so I brought the ice cream with me.
And it looks like it's half melted. That's why I like eating ice cream. I actually put it in the microwave and melt it.
This one's made of olive.
Cool.
Oh, that's nice.
See, everyone's enthused by the rings.
Yeah.
This one's Myrtle Bell.
Sure, it's fat enough.
No, well, that's what I was about. Oh, that's what I was about to say. They'd be uncomfortable to wear. That's the only problem.
If you haven't got anything nice to say, don't say it at all.
Well, I'm only trying to help you.
I know people that like to wear them that fat. That's all. So
yeah.
Yeah, the
It's
people
a type of item you could wear around your neck on a nice gold or silver chain.
these are red gum ones, but a bit harder to see the grain on them.
Yeah.
That's what I started doing before I had a lathe or anything. I had a belt sander and a drill press, and that was it.
Yeah.
You come a long way, my friend.
Yeah, from not knowing what the bloody hell I'm doing. So maybe kind of knowing what I'm doing.
Kinda.
Yeah,
Neil,
I still
can you
have
do me
that
a favour,
problem.
please?
Oh, come on, you set yourself up for that one.
Yeah, I know. I know. I know. So, are you sharing that ice cream around or what? Come on. Doesn't sound like it.
No, I don't have much, but being a diabetic, I always try to cherish what little I can get.
Yeah,
Now lick the bowl on camera.
yeah.
Go on.
No, I'm not that old and feeble.
What? You've got to get everything.
I get
Sounds
it
like,
all over my hair.
sounds
I
like you're
got a
trying to
dog
smack the
sitting
plate
here drooling for it.
Many years ago, Julie and I and a couple of friends went to a very, 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 very fancy restaurant, and the steak, you just set your knife on it and it just fell through it. You know, it was bloody absolutely beautiful. But they had this sauce on or gravy on the steak, and it was absolutely beautiful. There was only about 20 or 30 people in the restaurant, I suppose. Anyway, I sort of looked around when I'd finished, and nobody was watching, so I ran my finger across the plate to get the gravy up to get the last little bit out. And a woman from behind me said, "I'm glad you did that." And by the time we'd done it, everybody in the restaurant, the waiters were in hysterics because, you know, like they said, "Oh, you must have enjoyed it, did you?" I said, "Look," I said, "I'm almost tempted to pick the plate up and just lick it off, you know." And one woman said, "Well, go ahead, because I'm going to."
You're an instigator, a trendsetter.
But it was really good. The chef even came out of the kitchen and everybody applauded him, and he took a bow and everything. He got into the spirit of things. It was a good night, actually.
That's what counts.
Yeah.
And that's what the management will remember.
I remember I went to a real posh one in Brisbane. I have to go with you sometime, Robbo, but I got shouted, thank goodness. I think there was 8 of us at the restaurant, and it was for lunch, but it went to about 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
It started at 11 and went to about 5 o'clock, and they had numerous courses and everything was just perfection. But at the end with all the grog they drank, the price tag for the 8 of us was $15,000. So, like I said, I'm glad someone else was paying for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
In America, Julie was taken out by a couple of her bosses, and they went to a restaurant there, and it was $7,000 for the 4 of them.
Yeah.
But I know we're in the Sydney Tower. We went to the Sydney Tower when Julie was doing a course up there once, and that's a pretty posh sort of place too.
Yeah.
When I got there, I said to the waiter, I said, "Look," I said, "do you mind if I have a steak, a word with the chef, please?" And he said, "Oh, have you got any dietary things?" I said, "No, I just want a word with the chef." He said, "I'll see if he's busy." So anyway, the chef came out. I said, "Listen, mate, what I want is a rare steak." I said, "I don't care if it's blue." I said, "Just mashed potatoes and peas. Can you do that?" And he said, "With pleasure, sir." So anyway, I came out and the bloody cream potatoes and everything was done to perfection, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, he came out when it got a bit quieter, and he sat down at the table and he said, how long have you been away from home for? I said, bloody 3 weeks. I said, I'm just dying for a plain home-cooked meal. He said, yeah, I know what you mean. He said, after eating all the fancy stuff, you get a bit tired of it, you know. And I said, yeah. He said, look, he said, you look like a lemon meringue pie man to me.
Oh,
and I went, oh, yeah. He said, I cooked one for the staff for lunch, you know. He said, I'll bring it out. I'll send you out a portion. He said, anyway, it came out with a jug of cream. And the waiter said, the chef says you can't have lemon meringue pie without runny cream. None of this whipped cream stuff. He said, runny cream. But the wedge was about, geez, the pie must have been about 5 foot in bloody diameter, I think, because the wedge was about 5 inches wide and about 7 inches long, you know. And it was bloody. Anyway, it was at the doorway, and when I took the first mouthful, I went, oh, yeah, and shook my head, you know, because lemon meringue pie has to be tart, in my opinion. So anyway, he put his thumb up toward the end of the night. He came out, he said, I take it you enjoyed it. I said, mate, that was absolutely fantastic, you know. But he'd been all over the world cooking and everything, and we had a good night. He sat there and chatted to us for about half an hour, I suppose, because there was nothing else going on. So
Bloody non-slip rubber, mate.
sorry.
Hey, Bob, have you got a YouTube open or something? Do you want to just mute it for us, please?
Yeah, they're getting an echo back through it.
Yeah.
I don't.
No. We'll blame Neil then.
I'm on mute. What are you on about?
I was waiting for a reaction. Tell you what, I knew there was a reason they were so cheap.
What?
I got these masks.
Oh, yeah, they're useless.
They actually work all right, but I've got little girls' ears and they don't stay in my ears very well. And then when I do get them to stay on, they fog up my glasses.
Yeah. Get the aluminium strip at the top there and really squash it in before you put it on, so that it pulls down tight onto your thing. And if you sometimes the elastic in them isn't strong enough to hold them against your face, so you put them into a figure of 8.
Yep. Yeah, I normally if they won't stay on my ears, I'll just get a pencil and on the back and I stretch these things and loop the pencil through and just twist it around.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Do you know that I cannot keep a pencil behind my ear, and I can't carry timber on my shoulder? Pencil slips out, and the timber slips off my shoulders for some reason.
Yep. Yeah, my glasses fall off every time I put these face masks on. Every single time.
How come you're not using the other one?
What one?
The red one that you've got.
Well, it needs a wash.
Oh, right.
I have to wear the stinky bloody thing now. No. So, internet-wise, your live went all right, Robbo?
Sorry?
Your internet was all right for the stream the other day. So that's
good, because you get a false impression when you're looking at the monitor yourself.
Yep.
I must admit, I
Oh,
had to
it
slow
was
down. I had to slow
it
down.
was fantastic. You were a big hit. And we were looking at it afterwards, the number of people that were watching, and you didn't. Usually, with a demonstrator, we lose maybe 4 or 5 because they get bored, or they. The typical thing is, I already know all that because I've done it before, or I have attended so and so's classes. We only lost 2.
Oh, well, that makes me happy. I prefer to do things that people want to see rather than how good I am.
Oh, everybody was. I had people talking about uh, you and afterwards and private chats, and they're texting me that you know that how do they get a hold of you and stuff like that. And I suggested that they check out your Facebook page.
Yeah. No, I put the photograph of the 3 things up this morning, so one's already put a bag holder up there to for the President's Challenge, so that's good.
Yep. It's like nobody's ever used a skew before, or I've had people ask me where I got my roughing gouge because I've got one a little smaller than yours, but identically shaped, horseshoe shaped.
Yeah.
And I never knew how to use it. I rolled the corners back, and so I wouldn't catch them because they were very catchy. And then keep watching
Oh,
you how
yeah.
you do it flat. I reground it and took probably about an eighth of an inch off of it to get rid of the corners that I had rounded off or softened. And I love it.
Oh, it's a great weapon.
Jay, how are you holding that bowl on the chuck itself? Have you got a board there with padding
Yeah.
or just padding?
I'll tell him if you like, Jay. He's just got a turned cylinder in there with padding on the end of it.
Oh, okay.
So it's just a cylinder out from the chuck with a rounded edge.
Yep.
And then some of that non-slip
Stuff on it. Yep.
rubber on it.
The only trouble is you'll always get folds and hence it may not sit square. That's why I like the flat plate.
Yeah, well, Jay had the problem that he couldn't get a piece of plywood big enough for starters
Right.
without buying it. So we had to come up with an alternate method.
Fair enough.
And and this seems to suit most of the bowls that Jay does, even though like the ones that are all crappy around the edges and all that sort of thing, where they've got inclusions and things in it and bark and this and that.
Yep.
Yeah, today I tuned my big bandsaw up, and it's got a riser block, and I got a big blade in it. And a friend of mine said he had a present for me, and I would find it in the morning. And in front of my shop, there was probably 50 pieces, heavy pieces of black walnut that had been cut a tree down, and he gave me some really heavy chunks. I had to use a hand cart to bring it in. And in a couple of cases, I I have a winch I can throw up over one of the rafters that I could use occasionally when, like when I put my lathe together. I could bolt one leg, set of legs on, but I had to hold the other end up, and the people that were there to help me weren't strong enough to do it. So over the rafters and had a mechanical advantage pulley system to bring it up and jack it up. And I was cutting all the big wood today, and boy, it made the place look and smell nice.
Hmm.
I can't wait to be able to turn it. I'm going to turn some green anyway, and
Yeah,
just
did you follow Alex Snodgrass's video?
yes, Alex is so good. I'd never thought of that. Yeah, that would be really something.
No, he and I had a good conversation about 7 or 8, maybe 9 years ago now. He was actually out in Australia promoting Carter products, and he and I had a good chat over lunch actually, because I set my bandsaws up exactly the same way as what he did. And I couldn't believe that anybody else did it that way.
Oh, I've known him. I don't know, probably 15 years. I knew his father first,
Oh yeah,
but yeah, Alex, and he's quite a good guy. And just a few years ago, he bought a table saw. He's always had band saws.
what
Big
are you
see
doing
his
there, Neil?
Nothing. Why? What's the matter?
It sounds like you're carving something up or something.
That's not me.
It's not me.
Not me either.
I'm sitting in the lounge room just doing nothing.
If he's typing on his phone keyboard, it'll make those noises, Robbo.
No, I'm
Oh
not
yeah.
typing on the phone, not doing anything.
Oh,
Not
like I
me at
must
this
admit,
end.
I get used to Nikki chopping up carrots and potatoes and things while she's earworming for Steve. You can tell what they're having for tea.
Yes.
Was that a really hard timber when you turned it, Jay?
No, not really.
Okay, I was going to say probably bloody grey iron bark, but if it wasn't that hard, I'm not
Yeah,
quite sure.
I think Darren said it was yellow box or something.
All right. Well, that should have been pretty hard too.
Yeah, Neil, now you can see the setup that
Yeah.
Jay's got for doing that. Quick and easy.
I've got one like that I've used, and I enjoy it. I've got a vacuum pump I prefer, but there are some things you just can't do it with a vacuum pump.
If it's got big holes in it, it's not much use.
No, a lot of our burls, it's no use.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some of the stuff I do is definitely end grain, and if I go too deep, it'll suck right through the end grain like a soda straw.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm going to hit the road again, so I'll catch you guys later.
Yeah. All right. See you later, Neil.
Cheers, mate. See
Bye.
you, Jay.
Have a good
Wherever
day.
you are.
Oh, he's gone. He's seen my setup and left, eh?
Yeah.
Have you found any fellow turners in the community you live in, Jay?
No. I like my friends to live far away, and they can't just pop in for a visit. You see? Oh, they still.
You anti-social mongrel.
Yeah, pretty much. When I get on the other computer, Bob, I'll send you some pictures that I found.
Of your area?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, wow.
you could always use those pictures, one of those pictures as a backdrop for your stream instead of, I don't know what city that is.
It's on my other computer. I can't get to it until I turn that one on and send it through Messenger or something.
Yeah.
And that's upstairs, and I'll deal with that later. Yeah, that bowl that Neil did, that's really nice.
Yeah. That your computer making all those noises, is it?
Just notifications, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just a popular person.
Oh, yeah, I suppose.
No, it's Neil posting stuff up on the...
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it pop up here.
That's nice olive bill, that one.
Yeah.
Very nice. Oh, stop it. Oh, yeah. Wow.
What got you into turning? It's something that people usually see other people do it or see people in person and find it interesting.
I started off watching YouTube.
And that's how you find Robo?
No, Robo found me. Robo found me. And left a novel comment. I'll say novel comment because it was as long as a novel.
In chapters?
Yeah. And then he sent me a message on Facebook and said you can delete that message off that comment off of YouTube if you like. And then someone else that I met, that's how they found me as well. They were telling me off for my tool usage. And then we started talking. So look, this is what I started off doing.
Yeah, ring. You have a ring cutter to do it?
No, by hand. All I did was got a borer to bore out the center, and then I shaped the piece on the belt sander.
Wow.
I did that. That's what I was doing before I had a lathe. I only had a belt sander and a drill press.
What other hobbies have you had prior?
Various remote control stuff like planes and cars and stuff like that. Like petrol powered ones, not electric. Not really much, really. I'm a professional couch potatoes. Their pay rate doesn't go up much, you know. So
Yeah, but you do need some exercise.
oh yeah, we go for a walk every now and then, but not in this plain chilling weather.
That you'll get warmer.
Yes, I would, but no, I'm not. I'm staying home. All right. See, this is pretty much dried out now.
Yeah.
Only got one split, which is kind of good.
Too bad you haven't got some acrylic or something to fill that with. That would be interesting.
Yeah, I need to resin a couple of bowls, a couple of funnels.
Well, I'm going to have to call it a day and go in and get some lunch, unfortunately.
That's right, it is daytime. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah, not the middle of the night.
Yeah, like here at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
No, like our 3 o'clock.
Yeah, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
All right.
Right. Take it
I'll
easy.
catch you later, Bob, Chris, Jay, any tree huggers out there.
And thank you again.
See you later. Oh, he's left. All right then. Be like that. So whose birthday was it today?
Oh, one of the gamers that
Oh, okay.
now almost live here.
Better start paying rent.
Well, I got better internet speeds faster than they've got. So since school's out, they crash on the couches, on the floor.
Yep. You're running a hostel.
Well, it's a safe place and they're not getting into trouble. And the internet, I just pay a fixed fee and I don't care how much they use.
Yep.
And I like the high speed.
Yep. Yeah, same. I could have like 5 or 6 connections on it, but it's only ever Amber and I and maybe one other person if someone visits or whatever. But
The only downfall is the refrigerator seems to empty quickly.
darn it. You need your fridge back up against the grocery store.
Well, they are good for cleaning out leftovers.
Yes,
They'll
definitely.
pop the lid on something and say, "This smells good. Do you mind if I eat it?" And then no, if it's in a storage container, go ahead.
Yes. Sorry about that. I had to go and help Amber with something. She called out to me. She was lifting something that was a bit too heavier than she thought.
Yep.
So how long are you going to wait before you get tempted to turn some green wood?
Tomorrow.
Have you got a big enough microwave to dry it out when it's turned?
Oh yeah.
That'll stop it from water.
Probably get by with a 12-inch.
Oh yeah.
It's a small microwave, countertop. The one that's over the stove will take bigger, but I don't want to mess with it because it bakes and does a lot of other things.
Oh yeah, like convection.
Well, the oven's a convection oven.
Yep.
Combination. When I buy appliances, I try to get the best, and then I just pay the warranty every year, and it usually ends up cheaper than buying something new in 5 years, or 6 years when they wear out.
Yep, no, I agree with that. So I don't always get the best quality of things. I generally go with whatever I can afford at the time.
Yeah,
I always get the extended warranty though.
Well, I bought all this stuff 10 years ago, so it's still, good quality. There's newer models, but they all do the same thing.
Yes. But they all hunt for submarines.
Yeah. Well, with COVID, I've been washing dishes in the sterilized mode, and on it, that's just one of about 6 different settings you can use, and It's just the temperature of the water, and then they have a heater that blows it a heat in. Well, the
Yeah.
heater went out halfway through the COVID, and it stopped drying because it also dries the dishes with running blowing hot air inside.
Oh yeah.
And servicemen come out, looked at it, went to his truck because I told him what was wrong, pulled the thing out, three screws held it in, into the cabinet because it's on its
Yep.
own feet. Pulled it out, unscrewed the heater from the side, screwed the new one on, handed me a $480 bill. Service call was 120 of it.
Whew.
And at the bottom, it was marked paid
Oh.
because of the service contract. He wasn't even in this house more than, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I asked him why it's so expensive. He says, because we have a minimum service charge.
Yeah. That's where they make their money, isn't it?
Yep. $120 minimum service charge just to drive to your door.
Yeah, that's rude.
And they
But,
knew it was being billed to the insurance group.
yep.
So, you know,
How you going, Effie? How are you? So I'm just going to put myself on mute for a sec because I've got to turn my belt sander off and it's really close to the camera.
yeah, I apologize. It's been hectic around here the last 3 or 4 days because we've got kids that graduated and they have their get together and gaming and no matter how late they stay up, they're up at 6 in the morning wanting food.
Sorry, I couldn't hear any of that because I had my belt sander going.
No, I was commenting to Effie about
Okay.
falling asleep on you last night. When I'm out and it's ridiculously hot, like it has been here, it drains me.
Yeah, I
I
bet it
have to
does.
give up when my shop hits 90 degrees Fahrenheit to
Yep.
it's just then there's just a fan blowing, but the fan is only blowing 90-degree air at you.
Yeah. Yep. I know a couple other people that can't handle the heat because of the just it's hard to breathe.
Well, the other problem is if you got a fan blowing, at least there's air moving. So, and if it's really that hot, I'll just work in a t-shirt. Or if I'm not turning anything, I won't bother, I'll just get some work done.
Yep.
But it's just ridiculously hot and humid.
It's nice here today actually. It's not cold. Nice. Got 20 today.
Not bad.
Yeah. The last couple of days we've been having 11 and 9 and brass monkey with it. Oh, there you go. The Detroit meeting has just been put up on Facebook.
Ah, yeah.
YouTube brother, I should say. Chris, did you go and subscribe to the Detroit area's Woodturner YouTube page? Uh, I'll put it in the chat, Chris, if you want to go and watch it. I heard the echo through your speakers. This the wood cracks up some chronic. This stuff.
Yeah, that is really finished nice.
all those lines going through it. They're splits. I don't know if you can see them or not. It's hard to see on here, but
Yes, it is.
it's quite weird. It looks like someone's attacked it with Freddy got to it with his hands. You know. Cheers. It's American oak. Didn't you give me any food today? Didn't give you food today, mate. You don't. That's a bit rude, isn't it? Birds squawking at me when I go outside, and I was like, "Didn't they give you any food?" Like, no.
No, just probably wants you.
We normally chuck out our food scraps and stuff. That hasn't been done yet, so I guess he's like, "Come on, man." It's only a juvenile magpie, so he's just being lazy. No idea what wood this is. Hang on, Dan. You got to watch out for belt sanders, eh? They bite.
Yes.
Mongrel bit me.
Yeah. I just posted it.
Well, the Detroit club thing.
Yeah.
It's a familiar smell. I reckon it might be cypress. You can hear me making funny noises, that's all I'm doing. I contacted I found a company yesterday that does markets all around Adelaide,
Yeah.
various areas. So I contacted them to see if they've got any stalls available. And I'm going to contact an uh, an urban art gallery in our city. I've been and had a bit of a browse on their website, and they don't have any woodworking. They've got just about everything else though. A lot of handmade stuff, and so never know. Might be able to get one or two pieces in there or something.
Yeah, that would be neat for you. You deserve it. You're local. I do love that. You do such good work.
I'm just polishing up what nature did.
Yes, yes.
I haven't polished the inside yet, or oiled rather, not polished. I'm going to make up a small, when the light gets out of my head, I'm going to make up a small finial for that, for the lid. Don't know what out of yet, but most probably red gum or something. I've got some little chunks of that lying around. Eating cold bacon and smoking a camel.
Yeah, I've hunted for a popular Australian singer.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I don't understand the singing.
Okay. Who is it?
He plays a lot of clubs.
Oh, here's one you can. Here's one you can look up. Kevin Bloody Wilson. That's his name.
He's
And
singing a song. What is fair dinkum?
fair dinkum.
Yes, it's a phrase that's what the song is all about. He's fair dinkum.
Are you
What's it
telling the
mean?
truth? Are you telling the truth, mate? Are you fair dinkum?
Oh, okay.
It can be used for a lot of things, really. Yeah, Rodney Rood and Kevin Bloody Wilson. That's what you want to look up. But I will warn you, they swear, but they're funny. They've both been around for 20 plus years, so there's a lot of contrast. Yeah, it's not for churchies to be listening to either, Chris. All right. If you're going to listen to it, don't let your kids hear it. They sings one about Santa Claus coming downstairs and finding mummy with Santa Claus. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I have a ton of music on my phone that I forgot I even had. A bunch of Doctor Who's, Sherlock
Sorry.
Holmes.
Oh yeah.
I like old radio shows like Suspense.
Yep.
I mean, it was on the radio before I was born, though I remember listening to it and its sister show, Lights Out. And I was, well, I would say 5 years old, 6 years old.
Yeah.
No, I'm taking it back. I was 8. And I remember for my birthday, I got my own radio to sit next to, I could put on a bedside table. And these had tubes in them,
Oh
of
yeah.
course. And
Or a radio with two.
so interested in the old radio, the radio shows, because TV wasn't out yet.
Yep.
I mean, it was out, but you had to go to the store and watch it. As kids, we'd go while our mother was grocery shopping. I'd go next door, and they had milk crates in front of the electronics store where they fixed radios, and they had TVs with Saturday's kids programs on, and they had a
Yep.
speaker outside, so we could sit outside and watch it through the window and hear it while our parents were shopping at the local A&P store. And I remember that. And then I wanted my own radio, and of course that's where I was able to talk my parents into buying a used one that worked. And I would listen to some of those old shows, and they'd scare the ever loving out of me. Hide under the covers, but I would keep one ear out and my nose so I could breathe, so I could listen to it. And I'd turn it down so low my parents wouldn't know if they, that I still had it on because it was past my bedtime.
Uh huh. Rat bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got an old record and radio player in one, a stereo, and that's got tubes in it. It's called I think it was made by Toshiba, and it's a Boston 2000 is the name of the unit.
Oh, uh-huh.
I've kept it in original condition. The only thing I got added to it was a when I was like young, I got one of my uncles to solder up a headphone jack to the back of where the tape player would normally plug into the front.
Yes.
Yeah, he wired up a headphone jack for my CD Discman at the time, so I could just have the cord coming out the back. Good little radio, good speakers, good amplifier. Took a little bit, just had to wait for it to warm up, obviously, but
Yep.
are you looking up a Boston 2000?
No, I had another one I thought I had moved over from one of my hard drives the other day.
Yeah.
It was the Australian national anthem as sung at the Olympics.
Hell.
It was sung at the opening, and it was sung at the closing.
Mm-hmm.
And they were a different singer was the soloist in them, and they were very interestingly different. But I'll tell you, that was to me something that I really enjoyed seeing and watching down there. I worked my tail off at the Olympics with that, because I was working for the joint ABC, NBC, and Australian ABC was Australian Broadcasting and the American Broadcasting Company.
Yep.
And I ran mic cables and camera cables. Ah, glitter. Things that glitter.
It's these are actually, I don't know if they're plastic or if they're glass, but they're actually shaped like a diamond.
Yes, they're plastic, but they're kind of neat. I got them.
They reflect the light really well.
Electric
Amber,
can.
yeah, Amber brought
You-
these brushes. They're just silicon. Those Diamantes were in the handles here, and she didn't want the brushes, so I pulled the Diamantes out, and that's what they are. Those things in there.
Uh-huh.
I'm bad for rating stuff for other stuff that's inside it.
Well, why?
Sorry.
So am I. I'm always looking for
Yeah.
something to be different.
Now, I went to go buy the washers the other day. I could only find these ones. That's all I could find. They've got
Uh-huh.
the notches cut in one side, but not the other.
Oh, okay.
I got them for my my lathe legs. All right. Well, I appreciate everyone for coming in. I think I might knock it on the head. It's getting pretty close to my lunchtime. And
Yeah, you've been on about an hour and a half.
yep.
Yeah, and it's getting 11 o'clock, getting on it.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
And teasing me with your red smock again. Thanks for that.
Well, I just come out of the shop and I had it on.
Yep. All right, Chris, thanks for coming in.
All I have is a T-shirt.
Oh, yeah. All right, Dan and Effie, if you're still there, thank you for coming in. Don't forget to hit the like button.
Yeah, and watch Robo. I put the link in.
Yep.
For our Detroit area wood turners.
Yeah, I'll put it in there when when it first came up.
I already did.
Yeah, that's all right.
But,
that's fine.
well,
Adios,
you're-
bingo.
Yep. Talk to you later. See you tomorrow night.
Bye-bye.